Hi guys, welcome to the Social Yet Distance podcast. Today we've got Ziegenhorn and Lillian Walker, who are going to educate us tonight about some newer medical technologies which I find will be extremely beneficial for myself and probably for you as well. So pay attention, take notes, and there'll be links and further information available in the description. And thanks for coming by.
Looks good, actually.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome today to the Social at Distance podcast. As you know, I like to wander off into the distance sometimes and get off the ideas of poetry and creativity and deal with issues of health and mental health, wellness, and overall spirituality and growth as human beings. And I had an experience over the past weekend. Most of you know my physical condition is not the best. I have serious liver problems that cause me, undue stress on a daily basis. And I live with a substantial amount of pain. So I'm always seeking answers and solutions. And this weekend, I opted to go to the Emerald Coast Holistic Health Conference and start shaking hands and looking for new solutions and people to partner with in my own health, as well as how to carry the message of health to other people as well. And there's this big, smiling, beautiful face that met me at the door there, basically. And we spent some time together, Miss Ann Ziegenhorn, and she's introduced me to some products that, and was kind enough to give me some samples. And I'd like for them to tell you about these products. My experience was once we had our discussion, once we applied the necessary tools, then I began immediately feeling a difference, and pieces of my own personal health, which had gaps in it, I felt were being filled in. And that's pretty exciting stuff for me personally. And I know that it has a great application for the rest of you guys. So with that, I'm just going to introduce Ann and Lillian. Ann Ziegenhorn and Lillian Walker. And they're going to tell us about what the hell happened to me that day.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for letting me chat with you and letting me gift you something to try, something that's natural, something that just, for me, made a huge difference in my life. And I, too, had some liver issues going on, so I could really relate to you. And I'm just so grateful and thankful that you had a wonderful experience and that you're willing to share it with everybody. And I'm going to pass it over to Lillian to take over. I just think that she explains it so well, so uniquely, and I think that it'll flow nicely.
Well, thank you, Ann. And Jack, it's such a delight to have met you at the expo and to have a conversation with you yesterday, and your desire to share this with the world, because things can get infinitely better when we turn the on switch that we already have in our bodies to repair, restore, and regenerate your body to a younger, healthier state. So what we have done is, in effect, we've taken a stem cell activation patch. It's a tiny organic nanotechnology that uses photobiomodulation. I know that's a mouthful, but that just means wearable light technology. And then it's applied on traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points. And that patch is like a Band-Aid, like a sticker, but it's so much more powerful than a Band-Aid or a sticker. But the beautiful, unique quality of that FDA cleared class 1 medical device that's made in FDA registered facilities in the United States is that nothing transfers into the body, unlike a testosterone patch or a nicotine patch or an estrogen patch or any other kind of patch that is transdermal, which means that what's in the patch is transferring through the skin and being absorbed into the body. This, in comparison to that, is not transdermal, non-transdermal, non-invasive. Nothing is absorbed. Even though the crystals on each patch are organic in nature. They're 100% organic crystals, organic sugar, organic salt, organic hydrogen, oxygen, water crystals, and a proprietary blend of organic amino acids. And those crystals are then laser infused with frequencies to create a certain effect for that particular patch on your body. So the mother cell activation patch turns on your original master smart cells, which we call stem cells. And that's from conception, from prior to your being born. So even if your mother smoked and drank like a fish, or maybe she had a very healthy lifestyle and diet and level of consciousness, but maybe she lived next to Chernobyl, a nuclear power waste plant, which we know that being next to a nuclear power plant or being in a nuclear power plant is probably going to give you cancer, because radioactive materials do that to the human body. It damages it, right? Well, guess what? Because this is activating your original DNA code, your original stem cells turn back on that have gone to sleep. You have this rapid repair, this quantum relief, this replacing of all the damaged cells in your body over time. It doesn't happen in a second, a day, an hour, or even a week. However, enough signaling takes place in many people's bodies where 8 out of 10 people will feel something immediately, like Jack, and like so many others. So for every 10 people that we put patches on, 8 or 9 of them will feel something immediately. And then 2 out of 10, I was in the 2 out of 10. I didn't notice anything immediately. But the first night that I went to sleep, when I woke up the next morning, I thought, wow, that is deep, super sound sleep. I woke up thinking, wow, I feel like I slept like a baby. I don't remember ever sleeping that solid as an adult. So I thought that was fantastic. Right. So in short, this is regenerative medicine, but it is non-invasive. So it doesn't interact with any medications, any treatments. In fact, we have doctors that use these patches pre-operatively, so before an operation, during an operation, and after an operation, because it doesn't interfere with anything. There's no contraindications. There's no side effects. More of you is literally turned on. So yeah, baby, we are turning you on, because some of you have been turned off just as a function of age. And for those who have children who wonder, can you put these on children? Well, I know Dr. Stacy, our business partner, the first person she put her patches on were on both of her kids. And these are not by prescription, they're over the counter. Just like you don't need permission, you don't have to worry about anything going wrong. If you cut yourself and you put a Band-Aid, this is the same. So does that make sense, Jack?
Yeah, it definitely goes parallel to what happened with me. I think because a lot of the health stuff that I'm doing for myself already may have opened up those receptors a little bit more initially. And because the way I felt it, felt like it was an extra boost, basically. Now I had an additional patch other than just the main patch. I did a glutathione as well, which you can talk about that if you want, but the supplementary patch, and I think that made a difference as well, because that's one of the things that my liver condition depletes regularly, and it's not easily replicated in your own body. So to have the impact that it had on me, it definitely goes parallel to what you're describing. What I think is obvious to me is it felt like a 48-hour ride to me, but I know that there's got to be cumulative effects of getting into a regular regimen.
So let's talk about the glutathione, because your brain signals your liver to manufacture glutathione. And then your liver sends through your bloodstream the glutathione to every organ of the body, every square inch of the body, every muscle. There isn't any part of the body that doesn't have glutathione. Glutathione is your master antioxidant that detoxifies your body. It's also responsible for boosting your immune system and antivirals. And it is also responsible for growing nerves, which are found everywhere in the body. Right. So when you have a compromise to your liver, you have a compromise to your glutathione levels and your immune system and your detoxification system. So some people tell me, but I'm on glutathione supplements. Well, we know from many research studies that glutathione taken orally does not work because your hydrochloric acid in your stomach breaks this delicate tripeptide. So as a result, you can't take it orally. Scientific research shows that the only two ways that you can take glutathione is either intravenously, or you can activate your natural glutathione levels.
Right.
Oral, you can take it also sublingually, but there's a very small amount of glutathione that is actually activated by sublingual, because sublingual bypasses the digestive system and it goes directly into your blood system. Then you have an issue of synthetic versus natural glutathione. We are signaling your original glutathione levels. And when we measured this in multiple scientific studies, it showed that if you started, let's say 9 a.m. this morning, you put the glutathione patch, you wore it for 12 hours, woke up the next day, before you apply another glutathione patch, in your blood, you will have 300 to as high as 600% elevated glutathione levels, which is why our bodies detox so much more efficiently. Anything that doesn't serve the body, whether it's from the immune system perspective or from the toxification, or rather I should say the detoxification system. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. I guess, here's another concern from my personal situation. Where I sit, I'm perched on a place where they're going to make a determination on a transplant. So I've also went on a glutathione binge about a year ago and started seeing some progress once all the virus was out of my system, and I was starting to take care of my health. I started seeing improvement. That apparently has stopped, according to the doctors at this point. And I'm back to 6 months ago, a year ago, where it's time to decide on what's going to happen next. So the glutathione, even though it wasn't sufficient, did show some improvements for me. But my experience Saturday tells me that it can be a lot more.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm thinking longer term for me as well, in that, okay, let's say that Jacksonville says I've got to have a surgery and I need to have a transplant. I have choices to make at that point, and I would like to be as armed as possible from a physical standpoint before I have to make that call. So I'm in kind of a hurry here, ladies.
Well, absolutely. And so your timing is impeccable. Anne only had 2 weeks to live when we started her on the patches, and she needed a liver transplant. 4.5 months later, she no longer needed a liver transplant, and her numbers were normal 4.5 months later. So let's talk about the issue of, you did do glutathione in the past, and it did help. Now, I want to bring people's awareness to notice and to recognize that your body is not in stasis, which means it's not like locked into the state in which you are right now, good or bad. Your body is designed to be reactive to whatever it is that you're exposed to. If it's good for it, it's going to take it, it's going to use it. And if you have something that doesn't benefit you, it's a toxin, then your body is designed to purge it and provide that your kidneys and your liver haven't been damaged. Then your kidneys, through urination, defecation, and perspiration, your body will purge toxins and anything that don't serve it efficiently. But there comes a point that if your kidneys or your liver are overworked, then you have a decline in the efficiency of your ability to clear the body from those toxins. So,
and there are physical symptoms for me. For example, urine color. There's a very, it's a simple, when I see the wrong color, I know what's going on.
You know what's going wrong. And then also an increase in urination means an increase in detoxification. So we've had quite a few people actually from the expo that said, it's like, oh my gosh, I've been peeing so much more. Well, yeah, that's your body clearing the toxins. Even one lady last night had 5 glasses of water. She goes, I normally don't go to the bathroom that often, but as soon as we patched her, her body had to clear some things that don't serve her. So it made her thirsty and she kept on having to drink water. So your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And now you're giving it additional tools by using this device, which you'll see here on my wrist. That little device is turning on 33%. And I want you to just get a visual picture. If you were to close everything in your house, close all the curtains, and it's nighttime, your house is going to be pitch black. If you turn on 33% of all the lights in your home, your house is pretty much all lit up at 33%. And that's what you're doing here. In addition to having 10% of the lights on, or 20%, depending on your age, you're now going to turn on an additional 33. Because a 30-year-old, just because they hit 30 years of age, 50% of your stem cells turn off just as a function of age. Those stem cells aren't damaged. They haven't disappeared. They're not destroyed. They're simply in retirement. They've gone to sleep. And we apply that patch on you, and you're 30, 31, 35, 40, any number above 30, 33 plus.
Right.
Cells are going to turn back on. And after you've been on the stem cells, let's say you're a 70-year-old. So providing that you're in good health at 70, after the 7th month, then new stem cells, in addition to the 33% dormant stem cells, are going to be turned on. So you can exceed that 50% mark, which is going to put you in that 25 to 34-year-old, 30-year-old range.
Right.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, it seems like I think Ann scanned me probably 15 minutes after. And I mean, I think it was 30%, that quick. And it kind of blew me away, to tell you the truth. That was the first aha moment.
You could see in the infrared scanner. And so we want to make available to your audience and your viewers here, whether they're watching the live or whether they're watching the replay, that, we're here. This team is here located in Fort Walton Beach in Destin, Florida, Shalimar area. If you're anywhere within an hour's drive of here, we will come. If you want to invite a group of 25 to 50 people, we will come to you. We will patch as a community service event, because this is the chairman of the board of the Implant Truth Survivors Committee. It's a nonprofit organization. Anne has spoken on Monsters Inside Me. She's been featured on that TV show, as well as the doctors. Later this year, she's going to be on ABC's In the Spotlight. We are on Hamilton Radio since last November. We've become one of the 4 co-hosts of that show, and now we have our own separate show that airs on Thursdays. But we will come out and patch every single person, whether you're in pain or not. If you're in pain, we will get your pain down 50 to 100% less before you leave that event. And for those who aren't in pain, who just have other dysregulations, other things that they're recovering or wanting to change or improve, or if you're a performance athlete and you just want to have that competitive edge, which our Olympic athletes have because they're on our patches, then this is our way of paying it forward.
Right.
Comment
I think that's
section. So have them comment down below, info or patches. Either word will work, and we'll reach out to you.
Yeah, and same thing from my side as well. All the comments will be there, and if you guys if the public out there will reach out to me, then I will make sure that you get in touch with who you need to speak with to get the help that you need.
Great.
So, and then last but not least, we want to give a gift to everyone who's viewing here today. We have a choice, and you can put your time and attention in so many different places in this day and age of social media. If you want to text, instead of texting to a cell phone number, just text to 26786. The word Health IQ, then our gift to you is a free Health IQ assessment. You will get the graphic image, which will have the assessment where you just answer the questions. Depending on whether you answer yes or no, you give it 1 or 2 points, add up your points, and then you can reach out to Jack, and then we can arrange a 30-minute complimentary session where we're going to show you how you can increase your health IQ and become healthier.
And what's that number again?
And you're going to text it to 26786.
Thank you.
The word Health IQ, all in a row, no spaces.
And all of this information and more will be in the description of the video itself, so you'll have all that information available as well, folks. Don't miss out on this opportunity. I would suggest that if your curiosity has been piqued one little bit, you need to pursue this. I'm a born skeptic, but I'm also always seeking positive solutions that are geared towards the future. I'm not real confident in the healthcare system that we have right this minute, and I'm not real confident on some of the solutions that we have available in the cut and dry medical procedures that are being done these days. So my role here is to pass along the information, make those tools available to you guys, and I hope that you'll take advantage of those things as we come through these opportunities together. And let's heal. Let's learn to love, and let's get a lot better and get our little cells recharged and dancing the way they're supposed to be dancing. And I thank you guys for being here today. Be well.
Well.